Hello, it's me, Johan. Today we are going to play with something really small, really hard, and really fun.
And after that, we'll try some RC cars.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I am back in Hong Kong and you asked for it. Johan is back on the show. Today we are going to try something a little bit small again, and these are what we call whoosh 143 scale or 143rd scale mini drift cars. Now, yeah, we haven't tried these before, but this one, you see, fully licensed Subaru. And we have a second one, which is the RX7, which is not fully licensed. But anyway, let's crack these open and see what's inside. Okay, inside the box you do get a little remote control, and it is little. Look at the size of that in my hand there.
And you have a big hand.
I have a big hand here. You do get your USB charging cable as always. Another one of these screwdrivers. I've got about 10 million of these already. Now the car actually comes with the rubber tires attached. I have already removed them for a set of drift tires, but there are two sets of wheels and tires inside the box.
We like drift.
I like both. And as always with these 143rd scale little drifters, you get a set of giant traffic cones. I'm holding the Subaru WRX. This is the fully licensed rally car. Johan has got the Mazda RX7.
Yeah.
Or the FD2, some people. Yeah, the FD2. Two very, very different types of cars. One a rally, one a, I don't know, what would you call this? An on-road car come drift car. But both apparently totally capable of drifting. Now the details on both these cars are really, really nice. I mean, look at the details on the Subaru here. You got all the license decals, even got the driver names on there. The hood scoop is present, the front grille, the classic gold rims on there, the spoiler, everything you'd expect to see from a Subaru rally car. As for the RX7, you got the pop-up lights, which are already popped. You got the rear spoiler, which is very, very classical of the FD2. You know, the rear lights are very, very noticeable on this model also. In terms of the remote control, you've got your general throttle trims, your steering trims. There is a button that says light, which will probably turn the lights on and off, and a button that says mode, which will obviously change the lighting modes. Little switch on the side that says ESP on and off. Now that will be the gyro. There is no gyro gain on this, however, so it's either on or off. Now how that works on the track, we've yet to find out. Okay, so we got the cars turned on. A little press on the mode button actually only changes the underglow lights, as you can see here. Oh yeah. So you can change the underglow lights to any color that's available, or you can keep it down for like 1.5 seconds and you will get the strobe effect on the underglow lights. Now you might notice my headlights are not on even though the light switch is on, but not for a good reason. You'll notice the headlights only come on when you accelerate. Now I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, me too.
Also, even though the ESP is on, you'll notice there is no gyro working. Now the gyro only kicks in when you have the accelerator on. But there definitely is a gyro there.
Yeah.
So these little 143rd scale whoosh drifters, as we say, Johan.
Yeah, drifter.
Okay, drifters are going to take a little bit of skill. Okay, and obviously we have a professional drifter in the house.
Not you.
Yeah, not me.
Not me.
And definitely not this guy.
No.
But I'll introduce you to the professional drifter. Yeah.
It does require some skills.
It does require some skills, yeah. It takes some practice. And so it wasn't very long before me and Jung found out that these things were actually a lot harder to drift than anything we've ever driven before. Which one easier?
It's a bit more heavy, but a bit more heavy, so maybe it's a bit better.
You're out of practice, Johan.
I try.
And it was then we decided to hand it over to the resident drifting professional. And of course, that is our drift pro over there, Tommy, the owner of this beautiful track here at HRC. You can find him on Facebook. Me and Jon are giving up on those, so we're going to hand it over to Tommy. Okay, so what has essentially happened, Tommy, our drift pro, has actually given up on this little 143rd car. Everyone has given up on these. They are not easy to drift, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because the gyro only works when you give it throttle, and because you're doing essentially this when you're drifting, the gyro turns itself off, which means you essentially lose control because you do not have constant control over the gyro. Not a good thing for a drift car, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but the good thing is it does come with rubber tires, and we do have an RCP racetrack here.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch the tires out and we're going to try that instead.
Yeah, give me the rubber.
Yeah, we've given up on the drift aspect on this little whoosh 143 scale, and we've put the rubber tires back on and put them on the actual RCP racetrack here. You have never seen such sensitive steering though.
Oh yeah.
This thing just is either full turn or none. May as well be analog. But it takes a little bit of practice, as you can see. I mean, Jon will be here all day before he actually finishes the lap, of course. He's not a racer.
I'm not good with the rubber.
Here's my first lap. Okay.
What?
I wouldn't say it's terrible on the track. A little bit too sensitive, if anything, because you cannot dial down the steering rate, the dual rates on the steering. So the steering is going to be extremely sensitive. I think definitely no for a drifter, and I've already given you the reason why. Even I gave it to a professional drifter, and that is a natural professional drifter, and he couldn't really do much with it. On the RCP track, like I said, not terrible, but not the best. Okay guys, so 143rd scale Subaru WRX from Whoosh, 143rd scale Mazda RX7 FD2 from Whoosh. As a drift car, no, definitely no. They're hard to control. They don't drift well at all. The gyro is there, but like I said, it cuts out as soon as you let go of the throttle, so you essentially lose your drift and you cannot control it. On the RCP track, maybe you could, if you go really slow like we did. You try to put some speed in there, it's going to roll, and that steering is really, really sensitive. But with the price, you know, you can get a body that looks like this.
Yeah, they look good, yeah.
They look really good, and maybe just use it as a spare body for the more superior J-Biler or the XStar, and maybe just fit the body on one of those. Big shout out to HRC Arena for letting us use their premises today. Thanks for that. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.
Bye.